Hey, I'm James from Path of Yoga, and today I'd like to talk to you about why it's a good idea to take a yoga teacher training, even if you don't plan to actually teach. And there's so many things I could say here, so I'm going to go through them, but in no particular order. And start off with self-development. When you do a 200-hour yoga teacher training, you are gifting yourself 4 weeks of focus on yourself. 4 weeks of working on all levels, physical of course, but also your mental, emotional level, working on at an energetic level, working spiritually, mind, body and soul, working on your connection to yourself, your connection to your deeper self, who you really are, and working on your connection to nature and realizing the interconnectivity of all things. Number 2, yoga is more than just asana, more than just posture practice. Now we hear this all the time. Yoga teachers are always telling us this. Yoga is more than just the poses. But then it is a little bit harder to access those other teachings that are not just the physical body. You know? So often when you go to a yoga studio, it's mainly the physical stuff that is on the menu. When you come and do a yoga teacher training, we get to dive into all of those other aspects. We get to dive into meditation, into breath work, into energy work and the chakras, into anatomy, into how the mind works, into how the emotions work, into how we can regulate the nervous system and deal with emotional baggage that is lodged in our system because it never got released. All of these things. So one way that I like to look at a teacher training is it's all about planting seeds. So as we go through the 4-week program, we do a little exploration into all of these different areas. And it's not that you have to take on all of the teachings immediately at once. We're just planting seeds, right? So some of these seeds are going to begin to sprout and grow immediately, and some of them may not at all, or they may stay dormant for some years. And that's totally cool. That's how it's supposed to work. So come on a yoga teacher training, we start planting these seeds, and just notice, okay, which are the seeds that want to sprout? Which are the areas where I'm like, that's interesting. I want to dive more deeply into that. Next one, have a healthier lifestyle and have healthier relationships. Now, yoga teaches us how to take better care of ourselves on all levels. It teaches us also how to interact with the world around us, how to improve our relationships. And whenever you work on how you relate to yourself, that is always going to have a positive effect on how you relate to others. Community. When you join a teacher training, you meet a whole bunch of like-minded people, and you all go through this transformational process together. And this creates some very deep bonds. I've observed again and again people coming together on a teacher training and becoming best friends for life. Learn how to make meaningful change in your life. Through yoga, we start to shine the light of awareness on our patterns, those unhelpful patterns that hold us back in life, the limiting beliefs, the self-destructive compulsive behaviors. We start to explore these, start to understand them, and we learn how to break these patterns, how to transcend these limiting beliefs. If you really want to learn something, then teach it. Nothing will motivate you to dive more deeply into a topic than knowing that you have to communicate how to do that thing to someone else. So if you really want to learn something, then teach it. Communication. On a yoga teacher training, we learn communication skills. We learn how to listen more deeply, how to express ourselves in a more conscious way, using the tools and theory of non-violent communication. And this can really revolutionize our relationships and the way that we interact with the outside world. Personalized feedback. Throughout the teacher training, you're having a back and forth with your teachers. You're getting plenty of attention and personalized feedback around your practice, around communication, around your teaching skills. And this is really invaluable. You have that whole extended period to dive deep and to work alongside your teacher or facilitator to really evolve those aspects of yourself. To help others. Sure, you might have decided that you don't want to teach in a professional capacity, but once you have this knowledge and these skills, you will be able to help those around you that perhaps ask. When they see the benefits that you have received from your practice, often people will say, hey, what is it that you're doing? How comes you're not tired like me? Or how comes you're always glowing? Or where do you get all your energy from? Or, you used to be kind of down and now you seem to be a bit happier. What's going on? And you will know how to communicate these techniques. You'll know how to communicate from your experience the benefits of your yoga practice. And finally, it's a whole new way of life. So many people do a 200-hour yoga teacher training and say that it was the most transformational thing that they ever did. That it created openings, doorways that they could never have imagined. That it offered them a whole new way of life, a whole new path on which they could set off. So if you are interested in finding out more about yoga teacher training, then I invite you to click on the link next to this video and do this short online masterclass with me. It's free and it'll answer a lot of the questions that you have about yoga teacher training. And if you just click that link, you'll get immediate access. And I hope to see you in person very soon. Thank you.